enhance our meter reading in terms of the correctness of our billing system, which I think I'd made a month ago. I made a decision that there will be no more estimations of bills. At that time, the billing system was about 64%, 64%. I'm grateful now that you have moved that figure to about 95%. The 100% must be attained. And I have listened to your reasoning. I think we need to change. We need to change in terms of where we place our meters. With the change of technology, I think gone are the days. I cannot allow anybody to come to my house. Therefore, we will make the following direction, which we, as a ministry, and then we open it up for the media. If you look at the tariff structure, and I want the projection on the tariff structure. If you look at the tariff structure, we are giving the following direction on the tariff structure, because that is essentially where there is a lot of complication. If you look at 0 to 50, it is 2 shillings and 50 cents. If you buy units beyond 51, between 51 and 1500, it is 12 shillings and 75 cents. If you buy over 1500, it is 20 shillings and 57 cents. Therefore, there is need to look at this in the essence that there are two things which happen. If one buys units at 3,000 shillings, that rate per unit changes from 2 shillings and 50 cents to 20 shillings and 50 cents. But for the same customer enjoying that tariff structure of 0 to 50 units. Therefore, as a ministry, we want to give the following timelines on the tariff harmonization. This is the work of the ERC. ERC has been on it, and we've given them 3 months to finish tariff rationalization so that the tariff regime can be easy for interpretation. Because if you look at this is the one which gives problems. People purchased tokens like what Ndirangu is saying, 100 shillings. And they were saying he got 8.8 units. Then I asked him a simple question. What about the standing charges, which is the minimum is 174? He said it's not the first time that he's purchasing tokens this month. Therefore, we want to relook. This was done way back when the billing system was only paper. With the change of technology, ERC henceforth is directed that within 3 months, this is the ERC is an independent authority. They will gazette it for the public participation. That's why the timeline is 3 months. They have been working on it. It will go into the Kenya Gazette so that the tariff regime can be harmonized. Relook at these standing charges. Whether the 174 shillings, do we still need it at this time? Can we get rid of it? In terms of your own admission that by going into electronic, you have cut down on the savings. Can that savings compensate the standing charges? So that people cannot be paying that, and it makes the cost of electricity come down. Because if you look at the cost of electricity, the fixed charges, as explained, are really VAT, FCC, and the others, which is about 50%. So if you are purchasing the tokens of 100 shillings, 50% of that alone goes to the other elements, which has nothing to do with the operation of KPLC. So we made the direction on that. This is the work of the ERC, and ERC already this morning, we've given them instructions to expedite. Within 3 months, they come up with a published tariff structure so that industrial customer will know, postpaid customer will know. It will make, like the way the mobile tariff are known. You are on this tariff, you are on this one, so that it is uniform. That is number one. Number two, in terms of the operation of KPLC, and the first slide was essentially that is an off-taker buying bulk electricity and then supplying it to the customers. KPLC is a listed company in the stock exchange. Their accounts are audited, but I want to say that as a ministry, we are very transparent, and KPLC, you know it very well, that we don't tolerate any corruption. It's zero tolerance to corruption. And anybody, Auditor General, EACC, the books are there to be checked, and anybody found having done what is not expected, they know it very well. So I want to be open and say we are very open, not only as utility KPLC, as our whole ministry, that our affairs as a ministry, we are very transparent, and we are open for any scrutiny at all quarters. The last comment which I want to make, if you see the technology changing, there must be also, and I want this to be very clear to the board of KPLC, that I think it's high time that we really need to re-engineer in terms of our agenda of Big Four agenda. If at all the Big Four agenda as an enabler, the Ministry of Energy plays a part of being an enabler. If it has to succeed, we must start re-engineering the way we do business. We cannot be doing business the way we used to do 1990 or so many years. Therefore, we are also giving you 3 months within the same time frame, so that you do all re-engineer yourself in conformity with the competition and the delivery of services to the common mwananchi. So those are some of the 3 issues which I thought as an opening remark before we get questions, which I think the questions I can answer some, the KPLC people can answer. I'm here with Joseph. So I've made it very clear. There are 2 pronouncements. The first one is we will, within 3 months, ERC will come up with a tariff regime which is understandable, very clear, because with this explanation, and I was going through my mathematics, most of the customers which are connecting, they used about 20 units. So if somebody purchased tokens for about 50, within the same regime of 50 units, that person can go for maybe 6 months without buying the tokens again. Now, within the 6 months, there are standing charges which will accumulate. So we will have the 174 times 6 accumulating for that. So when it comes to 6 months, when you are buying the tokens again, 100 shillings, it gives you negative. So you keep on purchasing negative, until you have to buy 1,000. This is the information which we under the tariff, which KPLC has applied as we are talking today. Under the law, KPLC is supposed to apply for the tariff realization. They have done it, so we are giving the direction for ERC to expedite, and in compliance with the ease of doing business. This is something which has to come out very well. So you have also to realign yourself in terms of how you operate the businesses. Those are the 2 within the 3 months, and see where you are doing the savings, because your system losses at 18% is still high. It's 18, almost 19%. We need to reduce to 15%. So I think, Dr. Tarus and your team, you have the job to do. Maybe my PS, if there is any addition.